Well, good morning. I'm going to walk you through what we're doing today. Today we're taking a benchmark for the ACP. It's just going to review all the ACP questions we've seen at the end of each lesson. So where I want you to go, if you use PowerSchool Learning, is from the home site, go to the Fall ACP Preparation page, and from there. And if you're a Google Classroom user, what you would do is you would go over to Classwork and go to Fall ACP Preparation and click this. What we're going to take is the benchmark. And so the benchmark is the top link. Once it loads, that's what we're taking today. Your attendance is going to be based on you completing this exam right here, the benchmark. For your grading, I want you to know right off the start that I do not enter your grade on based on what you earn. It's like a completion grade. As long as you make better than a 33, which means if you just guess on every question, you'll probably make like a 25. If you make better than a 33, I have a pretty good idea that you tried your best on it, and I will put 100 in the grade book for you attempting. If you're on PowerSchool Learning, what you'll do is just click this link. Now, what I would recommend as soon as you open up this exam is to go split screen. Okay, so walking you through what that means, if you don't know, which most of you probably do, is I'm going to move out this tab and have it on its own on one side of the screen. And on the other side, I'm going to leave open my digital classroom, which if it's PowerSchool Learning, it's right here. If you were using Google Classroom and you click this link, you should be leaving open this window. Now, what you're going to do is this benchmark, it's long, it's 46 questions, but basically it's every type of ACP question that that me and the other teachers at Skyline think you might see. So it's questions that are off examples that the district has released, or it's questions that we've made that kind of mimic those examples, but maybe address a variety of a different issue. And so, like for example, I can tell you this problem I remember, it was on the example test, but it was over discontinuities. It's like, hey, what types of discontinuities are there? Well, as our team made it, we kind of looked at it and said, hey, we could also use this for domain and range. And so some of the questions, why there's so many, is because we've taken, you might see this graph appear again, but we just changed what it might be looking at. So anyways, the point, after you take this, we'll be reviewing this all the way up until our fall ACP. When you submit this, you'll have your answers, and each class period we'll be able to look back and see what you guessed, if you got it right or if you got it wrong. What I want you to do today is take this. Now it's 46 questions, which means you've got to do faster than a problem every 2 minutes. So don't spend too much time in any one problem. If you don't know the answer, just guess and move on if you don't know what to do. But let's just say you do have an idea. Okay, domain, if you think you know what it deals with, you think you know what it ranges, select the one you think's best to move on. Why do I recommend split screen? That's because a lot of problems you can solve with the graph. So if you remember what the symbol's called, what it means, you have one equation that looks like 3 equations. It's one of these graphs over here. I'm being vague because this is a benchmark. I want you to see what you remember right now. You would click on one of these graphs to help you solve this problem. And so if you're using Google Classroom, this will probably be what's on the right side of your screen. If you're using PowerSchool Learning, this is what's on the right side of your screen. And you just choose the graph that corresponds to the problem, and then you move on. Again, if you make a 33 or higher, I'm going to change your grade in the grade book to 100. It's a bonus 100, which means it's 100 extra points added to your grade. So I want you to do the best you can. Try to make at least a 33, but don't use more than 2 minutes on any one problem because you won't finish. Okay, so if you don't know a problem, you're better off just to guess, move on to the next. You don't have to make 100 here, you don't have to make an 80, you only have to make at least a 33. So do the best you can. And like I said, we'll spend our time after today reviewing this leading up to the actual fall ACP. If you have any questions, you can send me a text through Remind or an email, but that's what's on task for today.